All right, Aries, so what are you leaving behind? What are you realizing at this time? And what are some good things that are definitely going to be happening for you during this time period? Okay, so now that I have your spread out on the table, I want to start with your oracle message here. We have shadow. So you can expect throughout this reading for me to say some things that may ruffle your feathers, or it may just make you realize and acknowledge certain aspects of yourself that you already know are there, but you're refusing to look at them. Okay, so this is for my mature Aries. Okay, so let's go ahead and look and see what's going on for you. So what you're leaving behind is the Judgment energy. So judgment is a very interesting thing. Many people have their own interpretations of this. Within this scenario and the energy that I'm feeling right now, I'm seeing that you're in a situation where you've had to really like juggle or decide. You go back and forth. You're trying to understand, like, you know, how could you best assess the situation? And what I feel like you're understanding at this point is that you can't decide on your own, or at least the situation that you're a part of, it takes more than one person to be a deciding factor. It's almost like you feel as though you have to leave a certain part of yourself behind. And what I'm seeing within this reading is that leaving yourself behind is kind of like saying you're gonna cut your arm off. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can do it, but like, what is it going? One, what is it going to do to help you? And two, it doesn't help you. It doesn't help you move forward. It makes things harder. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't have any real place in your life to do that. So in other words, you saying that you want to leave a certain aspect of yourself behind, you want to forget it, you want to pretend it never happened, that's not necessarily possible if you want to see growth. What I'm saying is you have to face whatever you're dealing with. And it doesn't mean you have to be confrontational. When I say face, you know, whatever you're dealing with, it literally means you have to acknowledge what's going on. You can't pretend that, you know, it's just going to go away like poof. At least for this situation, I'm getting energy that it's not something that simple, which is why you've been going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You know, mentally, maybe physically for some of you, emotionally, whatever it is, spiritually. Whatever way that you're doing this, you have to look at yourself fully, head on. Look at yourself. Assess your life, whatever way that means for you. The reason why that's important is because you doing that shows that you are bigger than whatever you're hiding from. It shows how much you've grown, even though you've gone through all of this chaotic situation or whatever you're facing, whatever you're running from, whatever the situation is. There's some things that you've been hiding from yourself, and there may have been some things that were hidden from you. And whatever this was that was exposed about yourself or to yourself, this is what you're trying to understand. Do I run from this? Do I address it head on? Why is this dark energy even here in the first place? There's so many ways that you're looking at this situation. Nine of Wands. You know what you need to do, but it's almost like you have not made that decision to just go after it or to do it, to face it, like I said. And that's your biggest enemy is you. Your biggest enemy is you, simply because of the fact that you have all of the power in the situation to make the next move, or to move on to something different, or to change whatever you're not okay with. But you running from it, or you saying, I don't know what to do, so I'm not going to do anything, it's only going to prolong the trial, so to speak. It's only going to prolong the agony that you may be feeling, to be quite honest. It's only going to amplify that beast or that monster or that traumatic situation that you're running from. Yes? Now, what you're realizing, and I just got the chills, what you're realizing is you do have spiritual assistance here. You do have someone, or maybe it's someone on the invisible realm. You have something here that has your back. You have something here that wants to help you, that wants to defend you, you know, and defend your honor. Now, let's see and look deeper into this. You're realizing that you do have someone here that wants to be there for you. We have Knight of Wands, more help. Yeah, Ten of Swords, the Empress. I feel like this could be a person, you know, I definitely feel like this could be a person. Whatever this is, it could be a spiritual, you know, situation here. This connection, this entity that is trying to help you, this person that may be trying to help you, is showing that you have the power to make some things happen physically. Even when it comes to your career or something like that, this person, I'm going to say person just for the sake of, you know, keeping it simple. This person wants to help you go on the journey to become your better self, to thrive in your own right, to use your own talents and passions in order to emerge from whatever darkness that you've been feeling like you're in. This person wants you to release all of those, all of the traumatic things that have happened, all of the things that just kind of swarm your mind. And this may not be something that is constantly on your mind, right? All of these negative thoughts. But deep down in a very dark part of your mind, you have these things that I feel like you may have blocked out, and they come back every now and then. So, I mean, honestly, it's a sort of demon, you know? And I know that sounds really dramatic, but, you know, if you have something that is scary to you, and you have something that is like living, and it kind of like has its own way of creeping up on you, and it prohibits you from doing things to better yourself or to get past things and to grow, that is a form of a demon. And I feel like this person that wants to help you move past that. They want to help you heal past that. They want to show you that it's possible, but they also want you to do it for yourself because they know that you're capable. You also have the Empress here. So this, you know, this could mean that this person wants you to value yourself, wants you to appreciate yourself, and also to see how life can hand you beautiful things. You know what I mean? It can hand you anything that you want. You know, life is here to be enjoyed, you know, but it's also here to teach you. And I just feel like for whatever reason, this person sees something in you that you're not seeing in yourself at this moment. At this moment. Okay, so this person could be a Taurus, or it could be someone that you're in a relationship with. This could be a friend. This could be someone who helps you out monetarily. It depends on, you know, your circumstances. But there's someone here, you know, definitely someone here. This person or this energy is very stable, very motherly or nurturing. This could even be your mother for some of you. I'm seeing that this person has gone through struggles before as well. And so that is why they see how to get you through it, but they also see that it's not as they've been through the fire, so they understand it's not as bad as you feel, because the biggest thing you have to conquer is your mindset within this. They're very determined. They're not going to stop until they you know, see you through this, or until they see that you understand your own power. Okay, but they do this very gently. They're very calm for the most part. You know, at least when it comes to the situation, the way that they deal with things is very calm and soothing. Okay? Now, what's coming towards you that, you know, your gift out of all of this, some good news that you can expect, is the Justice card. So if this is literally like a court situation, you're going to be the one who's victorious. But even outside of that, when we're talking about life, when we're talking about what's fair and what's just and karmic, you know, situations and things like that, I believe that because of the things that you've been going through, that you will end up on top, just because of the fact that you've been putting so much effort into trying to understand all of this. And I think you've already done enough beating up on yourself, you know what I'm saying? And you've already done the karmic, you know, cycle for yourself. And once you release that karmic cycle, you then are able to reap the benefits of coming out on top. You're going to get what you deserve. And I really do feel like that's in the best way possible. I do. Fairness. Some of you guys, if you've been trying to get a divorce or something like that, it's finally going to be happening. I'm seeing it's like someone finally feels released from bondage or from captivity, or whether it's in yourself or with someone else. You know what I'm saying? It could definitely be the court system though, or maybe something dealing with the government. Okay. Or it could even be it's like I'm seeing someone dealing with higher ups, like maybe the government, or maybe like I guess the word would just be government. So it could be like law, court of law, It could be criminal stuff that you're dealing with. It could be a lawsuit. It could be dealing with government officials and people who are watching you or keeping tabs on you, something like that. I feel like you're finally going to be releasing that type of burden because it's unjust. It isn't fair. Or the situation, the way they saw it was not the way it went down, or, you know, something like that, right? This justice that you're going to receive is going to be over time. I think it is going to take a little while, but I do see that for some of you, you're going to be receiving money, or you're going to see something grow. Something's going to be changing through time. But for some of you, you are going to be receiving some sort of settlement or money from this situation. Let's say, especially if this is like a lawsuit and things like that, you will be getting money from this, or they realize their wrongs and so the tables are turned and now they have to pay you, something like that, right? What I'm seeing is very legal. It's very like court of law, and it's like countersuing, or, you know, plaintiff and defendant. But I feel like that's also a metaphor for what you've been going through. You've been in the situation where you feel like you've had to prove your points. You've had to prove your stance in a situation, and the judgment, you felt like it was in someone else's hand, but really this whole time the judge was you. You were the judge of the situation. So it's very interesting how all this is balancing out. And you know what? I also feel like with the Justice card here, if you look here on the Justice card, there are scales. And what these scales represent, depending on who you ask, right and wrong, what's heavier, what's, you know, is your heart light as a feather, if you want to talk about the laws of Ma'at and things like that. The way I see that is, no one can tell you what is righteous and what is not besides you, because that is your own moral compass. Truthfully speaking, of course you can follow someone else's law, but your law should start with yourself. And what I'm seeing is that you're realizing there's man law, there's natural law, there's universal law, and I think you're understanding your place within that. And I feel like once you realize whatever you did, like let's say for example you did something that was wrong to someone by law, but you did it because you were defending yourself. Does that make you wrong? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like you're not supposed to preserve yourself in order to you know, to not hurt someone else, even though they were trying to hurt you first. It's kind of that situation. So I feel like you feel guilty. That's what it is. You feel guilty, but you don't really have a reason to, because if you look at it from the right perspective, you'll notice that that's something that you have to come to terms with. You can't just run away from whatever you did or did not do in a situation. And I think over time you will have this sense of understanding and overstanding of this justice. And I think that you will have some sort of assistance as well. You have 2 cards of assistance here, so you're not on your own, okay? And I just want you to understand that this will happen over time. Even if, let's say, you get money from the situation, the internal justice that you'll feel is going to be something that carries over into time, okay? So I want you to understand that for yourself, and you will throughout this time. Thank you so much, Aries, for allowing me to read for you. I hope this gave you insight on what you're going through, and I hope that it strengthens you and gives you clarity as you move forward and push forward to receive your own justice for yourself. That is all for this reading. Please subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.